Hi, it's David at Art of David Smith again. So, if you followed all the first parts, which I've put onto the video, you should now be at this stage. So, what I would do at this stage now is either clean up these lines or take a tracing, so pop it up on a window, or if you've got a light box or something like that, and take off all the major lines, thickening, cleaning them up. Now what I've done is I've still left the teeth in pencil, and I've put a thinner line around the eyes because we're going to put some detail into there as well on our sugar skull. So typically what you have when you've got the eyes of the sugar skull is they'll often have flowers in the middle, something more like a daisy type flower. With all these things, they're always very simple flowers and patterns. It's as much about the combination of colours when you finish as opposed to the actual flowers or shapes and things that you actually put on the head. So we're just going to do a very simple daisy-like flower on that one. Now the beauty of obviously getting this outline, once you've got it to this point, is if you were to keep this back as your master copy, or you were able to scan this into your computer, you could keep this as your master, print out a bunch of versions, and then if you make any errors or you want to do a variety of different patterns on your sugar skull, you just print a new version out and you don't ruin the master copy. So let's have some, that's a very simple daisy-like flowers, and you can really build these up as much as you want. You can maybe put some leaves into there as well. And what I'm doing is I'm just roughing it all out with pencil first before I would then go in with my fine liners, and I would then ink out all these lines, clean it all up for the final version. So at this point, now again, there's no right or wrong way of doing these things. So often you'll have some sort of flower in here, typically a rose, or diamonds are quite popular, quite a generic diamond. So if we were to throw in our diamond here, throwing it in quite quickly, and obviously I'm doing these lines darker again so that you can see them at home on the video. As I say, it's all about the colour. Now obviously you can use these type of things on Halloween, what we've just had here in the UK as well. If you haven't already seen it, go and have a look at the pumpkin drawing video. So you can do these type of things to decorate around the house, or if you were using them for tattooing, it would be a good basis then for if you're having to do a sugar skull type design for a tattoo. So here on the cheekbones as well, again have some more flowers. Now you can go symmetrical with this if you wanted, or you could have a completely different design on the other side. So it's up to you. If you've got your master copy and you've got access to a printer or a photocopier, copy a bunch off. Do 5 or 10 different designs and really play with it, experiment with it and see what you can turn up. So when we get to the teeth area, obviously we'll have the centre line for the teeth, and then you're going to be looking at splitting this into not quite equal parts, but 5 on each side. So obviously the front teeth tend to be larger and gradually they come down at the sides. Once you've got those in roughly, start with the ones in the middle. So we put in the top of the teeth and then work our way down. All these pencil lines can then be erased at the end to tidy all this lot up. So obviously by doing the first part of the video I've reduced the length, and the beauty of doing that is you can spend as much time, you can rewind, you can pause until you are happy with your skull design. All those measurements that I've given in that early part of the video are just there to help you initially get a feel for the proportions of the skull. Once you've done it once or twice, you'll probably just be able to draw it straight away freehand and not even think about it. So like now putting in the top of the gums. So once I've got the teeth in as well, I can then work on the other decorations. Put the teeth in. Now, again with that centre line running through the face, we're just using very simple, very generic shapes, following the contours of the face. They're often quite organic, so you'll find lots of flowers and greenery on these things. So what I intend to do with these next series of videos is to, this week is obviously the sugar skull. Next week I'm going to show you how to draw a real skull, and then the following week is going to be like a combination of the two, where we're going to use these kind of shapes and drawings but put them onto a real face, and we're going to go for what they call a Day of the Dead. So obviously now on Halloween and things like that, you see a lot of the Day of the Dead faces all done up, but obviously that's going to be one of the lessons we do in a few weeks time. So if there's anything else you'd like me to cover, by all means mention it in the comment section. A lot of people have been commenting, asking various things, what type of materials I've been used and things like that. I've obviously answered those questions, but if you feel you would like me to possibly cover more in depth what I use for doing all my artwork with, so from the pencils, colour pencils, type of oils I use, brushes and things like that, by all means ask the question and I'll do an episode on all the products I use, particularly coming up to Christmas. So if there's any of you wanting say colour pencils for your Christmas presents and stuff like that, you can have a look at the stuff what I would recommend, what I've used in the past, and would give you a good start in building your own artist materials up. So as you can see, whatever I'm doing on the one side, I'm echoing over, going for the symmetrical version on our design, and just building the elements up. So hopefully you're continuing to enjoy the videos. So I'm getting a lot of positive comments back, so that's always really nice. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please help me out by subscribing or recommending it, sharing it with friends that you think might be interested in the videos as well. Because since they changed the rules at YouTube, it's a lot harder now to obviously get onto their systems and stuff, and obviously all the subscribes I get make a massive difference. So really keep it up, please. So continue to throw designs in. I'm just trying to get a real balance, I suppose, for the overall picture. So what I will do is I will ink a little bit of this in, but then I will ink the rest in after I've finished. And if you would like to then see a video on me colouring this, by all means drop it into the comments if you want to see that, and I will cover a video basically colouring what we've come up with here as well, and we can obviously make that something for a new video. So by all means, as I say, leave that in the comments. So what I'm going to do is just thicken up some of these key lines with the Sharpie. These outer ones. When you drop into the inner lines, drop down to a fine liner. And that gives the bit more of like a 3D feel to the overall design. And from there I'm going to take all these down to the bottom. So just continue to add some of these in. As I've mentioned, obviously from this point, when you do start colouring it in, you're going to be colouring these things in quite strong, vibrant colours. It's all about that interplay. It's colours what clash and things like that. They want to be bright and vivid. So I will obviously, like I say, finish it off a camera, but you can at least see how quickly, once you've got that basic skull in place, that you can then start putting in all these details. And from here, it's not obviously a massive leap to think of it all coloured in. And then maybe next year, when you've got this perfected and you're thinking about a Halloween costume, this is something you could do. Take some of this inspiration and use it to do your own Day of the Dead makeup. Well, like I say, that'll do for now. I think it gives you a good feel for what we can obviously achieve with something like this, and I will catch you on the next video. But obviously in the meantime, if you do want me to see this as a coloured version, let me know and I will sort that on one of the subsequent videos. But thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. Bye bye.